Hello, you guys. My name is Hakim Herring, your real estate partner. I want to take a moment and personally invite you to my PartnerUP Real Estate Wholesale Masterclass. This is a 3-day masterclass where I teach you the ins and outs of real estate wholesaling. I will teach you how to virtually wholesale real estate from anywhere in the world using no money, no credit, and no experience. This is a game changer. If you ever thought about becoming a real estate investor, if you ever thought about getting into the business and looking for a way in, I'm telling you, this is a game changer for you. You can earn anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 in the next 30 days. You do not want to miss this opportunity. I'm offering it to you for free, right? So sign up today, join the class, and I look forward to seeing you there. Once again, Hakim Herring, your real estate partner, and I'll catch you next time. Hello, you guys. My name is Hakim Herring, your real estate partner. I want to take a moment and personally invite you to my PartnerUp Real Estate Wholesale Masterclass. This is a 3-day masterclass where I teach you the ins and outs of real estate wholesaling. I will teach you how to virtually wholesale real estate from anywhere in the world using no money, no credit, and no experience. This is a game changer. If you ever thought about becoming a real estate investor, if you ever thought about getting into the business and looking for a way in, I'm telling you, this is a game changer for you. You can earn anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 in the next 30 days. You do not want to miss this opportunity. I'm offering it to you for free, right? So sign up today, join the class, and I look forward to seeing you there. Once again, Hakim Herring, your real estate partner, and I'll catch you next time.
Podcast delves into the week's current events, trending topics, and the social issues that affect Black people in America.
Peace, everybody out there. Peace, everybody out there that's tuning in. We have a special edition. This is Speak Your Mind podcast with the Ali special edition tonight. We have a very good treat for you. For all those out there that want to learn some relevant information, especially in these trying times, if you want to learn how to make your own compensation, your own finances, your own paper, you are at the right place. But first of all, I want to introduce my beautiful queen, the beautiful queen, Miss Shanice Gatewood Ali. Peace, queen. I can't hear you.
Peace. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, I'm so excited for today.
Okay, beautiful. Today is it feels good. It feels good in my heart because I'm reaching back to the people that I know in my life And this brother right here is family, man. And he said that he has some relevant information. I've been following this brother since he's been in the Atlanta area doing numbers, right? I've been down to his house. He had a big house down there in Atlanta. My brother and I, we went down there to check him out one time, and I was definitely impressed. He brought us out and showed us the Atlanta scene and all that. So, I've definitely been waiting for this day so that we could delve into some of this information. And he wants to provide it to the people free of charge. Now, my wife, we had a conversation about this a little earlier, and she was saying how sometimes when we offer our people information free of charge, they won't even tune in. But then on the flip side of that, when you want to charge them for the information, then they want to, ask you if you could do it for a lower price.
Word.
So what's the sweet spot with this thing, man? We asking everybody that's tuning in to engage, to comment, to ask questions, and we'll do a question and answer session at the end of the event. But first and foremost, I definitely want to introduce our guest, and I want to read his bio first, and then I'll bring him onto the stage. So today we will have my brother Hakim Herring. And Hakim Herring is an award-winning real estate broker, author, investor, entrepreneur, and mentor whose determination, integrity, and strategic mentorship have all earned him the reputation as a seasoned industry leader. Over the course of nearly 2 decades, he has gained extensive real estate experience, garnering over 500 million plus in sales and launching multiple lucrative businesses along the way. He has also had the opportunity to successfully mentor numerous clients in real estate investing. In addition to working on 4 different development ventures and establishing 2 online companies, Hakim serves as the owner and broker of the Herring Group, LLC. Driven by the motto, real estate made easy, he is on a mission to reveal the secrets of real estate investing so that his valued clients can transform their goals into an attainable reality. Wow. That's a beautiful thing. So without further ado, I want to introduce my brother, Mr. Real Estate, Hakim Herring.
Hey, good evening.
Yes.
What's good with you?
Everything is good, man. Everything is beautiful. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for having me on your podcast. Ready to share some information and drop some knowledge, and hopefully it strikes a nerve in someone, some individual. That's the purpose. It was great that you asked about offering this opportunity for free. Mm-hmm. For me, it's a part of giving back, but even more importantly, on platforms like this, where we're giving this information to our people, right? For me, it's important to put this information out there because there's a lot of us who don't know and don't have the accessibility to this type of information. Mm-hmm. So it's important for us, each one teach one. It's important for us to share this knowledge and continue on so that we can all grow as a whole.
Amen to that. Listen, I'm with you on that, but for some reason, when there's a price tag, they come along, but then they want to juke you down to another price.
Yeah, don't worry. The price.
Disclaimer: we don't have anything against any Hebrews.
No.
No. Don't worry. I usually the fee for the class is a nice ticket.
Okay.
So we charge. We charge for this information.
Gotcha.
Just to start though, where are you originally from, and how did you get into real estate?
I'm actually from upstate New York. Originally from upstate New York. Born and raised upstate New York. Decided to venture down south to Atlanta for school. Came down to Atlanta, went to college. Started reading a bunch of books. Right. Think and Grow Rich. I read a bunch of real estate books and really was searching for direction. Right. And when I came across several real estate books, I read that 70% of millionaires gain their wealth through real estate investing. I read that. I said, hey, that's the direction I need to be in, That's right. So I went ahead and got my real estate license and specialized in working as an investor. So the lifeline of my career, my niche is in real estate investing. I don't work too much with buyers and sellers. I take them on sometimes, but I'm a true real estate investor to the heart, to the core.
Mm.
So how is
Okay.
Atlanta? Because I remember one time they were saying Atlanta's the black Mecca. Now we hear maybe South Carolina or North Carolina, I mean. But what's up with Atlanta? Like, I hear there's a lot of lucrative prospects out there.
Yeah, Atlanta is still a city for movers and shakers. It's a city where if you want to make it happen, you can make it happen. You can network, you can meet people, you can rub elbows. It's a city where if you have a dream and you have the drive to make it happen, you can do it. Now, again, I will emphasize on the fact of your network and the people that you meet. You have to come here with a plan and you have to come focused, because it's a city where you can easily get sidetracked. And if you're not, driven and determined on what you want to do, you can, fall by the wayside, so to speak. But yeah, it's a great opportunities out here. It's still a place to be.
Well, Atlanta, I think we might be coming down to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to go down there and pay you a visit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But look, we're not gonna hold this thing up too much. We just want to, we just wanted to introduce you, get everybody accommodated to what you're about to do. But we're about to turn this thing over to you.
All right, perfect.
Presentation. So
all right,
without further ado, Mr. Real Estate, Hakim Herring, is about to do his presentation.
Peace.
So I want to welcome everybody this evening for joining me for the PartnerUP Wholesale 101 Masterclass, right? So my name is Hakim Herring. Hakim Herring, and I go by your real estate partner, and I developed the PartnerUP program. I have over 20 years of experience as a broker and investor in the real estate industry. Again, I've completed several fix and flips and wholesale properties. The key to my success has been the mentors who have guided me along the way. And with this in mind, I developed the PartnerUP program. With this program, I'll be your personal real estate coach and teach you real estate investing secrets and tips to allow you to master the game. What to expect from the PartnerUP Wholesale 101 Masterclass. After completing this course, you'll have the knowledge of real estate wholesaling from A to Z. You'll learn everything you need to know from sourcing leads to closing your first wholesale deal. You'll learn how to virtually wholesale real estate from anywhere in the world. And only thing you'll need is your laptop and your cell phone. You'll learn how to close wholesale deals in any city in the U.S. So exactly what is the PartnerUP program? The PartnerUP program are for those who complete my class and are ready to partner up and jumpstart their wholesale business. We offer a one-on-one coaching membership, and my team is available to answer questions and guide you along the way. We assist you in setting up your business and creating everything you need for your wholesale business. So this is, I know you're thinking to yourself, how much money can I make and when, right? Well, there's a lot of money to be made wholesaling real estate, and to become successful, it takes time, hard work, and dedication, as my boy Money Mayweather would say. On an average, wholesaling real estate takes about 30 to 60 days from start to finish to get your first deal. The beautiful thing about wholesaling is you can make anywhere from $500 to $25,000 on a deal, depending on the work you put in. During this class, I'll go over several closed deals in my portfolio to give you an idea of the price range of some of the deals I've done and some deals that are out there. So this is the PartnerUP Wholesale 101 Masterclass. Now, what is wholesaling real estate? In short, wholesaling real estate is where you acquire properties under contract well below the market value, then sell the property to an end buyer or investor for a profit. Now, do you need money to start wholesaling? That's a common question that we come across. Do you need money? Because we all hear in these real estate programs, these real estate gurus, where they say you could get in the business with no money down, no experience, no credit. This is the one of few opportunities where you can get in with little to no money, right? So when I say the real answer is yes, you do need some money to get started in wholesaling, but it's not as much money as you think. Wholesaling is the best way to get into real estate with the lowest upfront cost. Is wholesaling legal? That's another common question we get. Wholesaling is legal, and wholesaling is legal if it's done right. Number one, you must have a purchase agreement, which establishes a bilateral contract between you and the seller that stipulates you're acquiring equitable interest in the property. Number two, you also need to provide the intent that you can purchase the property with a proof of funds letter or show that you have the ability to buy the property. Number three, and once you have the house under contract with the seller, and you have equitable interest, which gives you the right to buy, sell, or assign the property. This is what makes wholesaling legal. Do you need a real estate license? A lot of people think in order to become a real estate investor or to get into the real estate business, they must be a licensed real estate agent. The beautiful thing about this is no, you do not need a real estate license to be a wholesaler, right? The reason you don't need a real estate license is because you are not acting as a real estate broker. You are not representing a buyer or seller. So you do not have to have a real estate license because you're not representing anyone. And you're not being paid a commission for the real estate transaction. So those are the main items of why you do not need a real estate license to be a wholesale investor. In essence, you are selling or assigning your interest in the real estate contract. So you're never buying the property. You're only assigning or selling your interest in that contract. This is the flow chart so you understand the process of real estate wholesaling, right? So when you are doing a wholesale contract, you are locating a motivated seller who agrees to sell you their property below market value. And there are a number of reasons why someone would want to sell their property below market value, and I'll go into that. But the flow, the contract flow is as such. You have seller A, the individual who owns the property, who signs a purchase agreement with you, the wholesaler, right? Now, once he signs that purchase agreement with you, the wholesaler, you take the B position. So it's seller A signs a contract with wholesaler in the B position. Once you find an end buyer, they become the C. So the seller is A, wholesaler is B, end buyer is C. A lot of times the wholesaler is considered the middleman in the transaction. This is the 6 steps to wholesaling. Number 1 is leads, how we find deals. Number 2 is the script, the cold calling script, and how we actually develop quality conversations and meet sellers who are motivated to sell their property. Number 3, we analyze the deal. We crunch the numbers. We look at what the seller is asking for that property, what are the repairs that are needed in that property, and what's the after repair value? What's the market value on that property? Number 4, we secure the contract. We sign a contract with the seller at that below market price, and then we start marketing the property looking for an end buyer. So number 5 is all about marketing and spreading the word so that we find a buyer that's looking for a great deal on the property. Number 6 is we exit the property by selling it to an end buyer, whether it's an investor or a home buyer that's looking for a really good deal. How do we find deals as a wholesaler, right? So the first step to the wholesaling business is sourcing deals. And I'm going to go over the most popular opportunities to locate wholesale properties. Number 1 is a process called driving for dollars. This is where you drive a targeted neighborhood in search of vacant, abandoned, or distressed properties. This is really one of the best ways to become a wholesaler with little upfront cost. When you're driving these neighborhoods, you can actually identify these properties that are distressed write down those property addresses, and we can actually locate the property owners from there so that we can present them an offer. Number 2 is bandit signs, the road signs. You may have seen these signs in your neighborhood where they're "we buy houses" or "we buy ugly houses." There are many billboards, but they're effective because they reach people. It's a constant advertisement out there, and people actually respond to the "we buy houses." Leads list. I personally and my team, we utilize what's called a leads list. A leads list is a list of property addresses that fit your specific criteria, such as pre-foreclosures, motivated sellers, individuals with back taxes, divorce, or individuals who are tired landlords or may have high equity. We purchase lists of property addresses that meet these criteria, and then we actually skip trace to get the seller's contact information. Next is a great way to look for wholesale deals is through real estate meetups. When you're networking and people know that you're in the real estate business and you're looking for deals and you may have buyers, you'll come across individuals who have deals that are looking to network with other individuals to buy and or sell properties or buy and or joint venture on properties. So real estate meetups is a great way to get into real estate and source wholesale opportunities. Last but not least, family and friends, right? There's always someone who knows someone who's selling a property. It may be a property that was inherited, right? It may be a property that was given to someone. It may be a property in another state. There's always opportunities when you speak to family and friends. They may know a coworker that may be selling a property. I come across opportunities all the time just through my network of family and friends who knows that I'm in the business and looking to buy properties when they come across someone who's looking to sell. Number 2 is the cold calling script. Now, this is the secret sauce to our wholesaling business. The cold calling script is all about us knowing exactly what to say to entice a motivated seller to sell us their property at a great price. Now, again, we look for motivated sellers who have distressed properties or in a need to sell a property quickly. You want to provide value, right? You want to offer your service to the seller and offer it in a way that we're helping the seller out of a stressful situation, whether it be back medical bills, back taxes, a need for quick cash, or property just in disrepair that they don't have the resources to repair the property or know what to do with it, and they're looking for a way out. Number 3 is all about running the numbers. When we analyze a deal and evaluate a property, right? So this is one of the most important, if not the most important skill to become a great wholesaler. When we're negotiating with a seller and he gives us the details on his property, he gives us the number that he's asking for, but we also ask a sequence of questions to get an idea of the condition of the property, right? So once we go through analyzing the property, we know if based on the asking price, the repair price, and the aftermarket price, we can evaluate and analyze if we have a good deal. Now, to be a great wholesaler, you must be able to identify if you have a deal within minutes, especially in a very competitive market, right? So again, the property evaluation is based on the property's condition, the location, and the seller's motivation. To analyze a deal is based on the repair cost, your wholesale fee, the after repair value, and the golden formula, which we'll deep dive into the golden formula later on. But the golden formula is the rule of thumb that all real estate investors and all lenders go by. Number 4 is all about the wholesale contract. Now, the wholesale contract is extremely powerful, right? And that's why I call it the power of the wholesale contract. Unlike any other contract, the wholesale contracts give you marketable interest in the property. So once you have a seller who signs that contract, you now have marketable interest in that property where you can go and sell the contract. You could go and sell your interest in the contract to someone else. You don't even have to own the property. Once they sign that contract, you can actually sell or assign your marketable interest in the property. And that's how we make money as wholesalers. Again, you're able to buy, sell, or assign that property. The wholesale contract, unlike any other, is an extremely powerful tool which gets you to earning money immediately. Number 5 is all about finding a buyer. And how do we find buyers? Now, there's several ways to market a wholesale deal to find buyers, right? Number 1, you want to identify your buyers. What type of buyers are you looking for? Are they going to be fix and flip investors, buy and hold investors, homeowners who are looking for a good deal, or maybe JV wholesalers who are looking to joint venture and partner up with you on a deal? Where do we find these buyers, right? We find these buyers through our network, investor groups, Meetups, Facebook groups, Craigslist, Zillow. There's several ways to find buyers. When you have a really hot deal, a really great opportunity, the buyers come out of the woodwork. Now, this is step number 6, how to close a wholesale deal and how to cash out. How do we get to the money? Now, there are 2 ways to exit a wholesale contract, 2 main ways to exit a wholesale contract. Number 1 is through assignment. You're going to assign the contract, right? Now, what is an assignment? This is the primary tool wholesalers use to earn income. It's through assigning or transferring their interest in the contract to another party, which is usually for a fee called the assignment fee. So again, you heard me mention that throughout this class, is that you can actually assign your interest, your marketable interest, to another party for a fee. Number 2 is through double closings, right? So double closings is a practice where we actually where the wholesaler will purchase the property from the seller with the intentions of selling that property to an end buyer within the same transaction, usually done the same day. So the wholesaler on the A to B will buy the property from the seller and sell it on the B to C side to the end buyer in a double closing transaction, which is usually done the same day. Here are a few examples. I gave a lot of information, but a lot of times people want to see the money, right? They want to see what type of money can be made from wholesaling. This is just a snapshot of some of the deals I've done over the last over the last 12 months. Is a snapshot of a few of my deals. But as you can see, I made $5,000 in 3 days off a property that was sold down in Jonesboro, Beaver Trail. Antebellum was this actually came from a family referral. They had a property that they were looking to sell. It was in disrepair. I put the property under contract. No money out of pocket at all. That's the key with wholesaling. No money out of pocket, not 1 red cent to put these properties under contract. Once I put the property under contract, I believe I put this property under contract for $60,000 and turned around and sold this property. Someone offered $75,000 for this property. I was able to make $15,000 without putting a penny up. I have the Oakton deal. I have this 405 Daniel Drive deal is a deal that we closed in New Jersey. This is actually in Stewartsville, New Jersey. I'm located in Atlanta. I never been to Stewartsville, New Jersey. I never seen this property in person, but I was able to sell this property in 7 days and make $20,000. The only investment I did on this property was I had to call a videographer and photographer in the New Jersey area to go and take pictures and do a video walkthrough of the property for me so I can actually see the condition of it. This 1606 South Macaulay Drive, this property is in West Memphis, Tennessee, near Arkansas. Never been there, but I was able to put this property under contract virtually and actually find a buyer for this deal and made $13,000 Here's a few more, right? I have this Chestnut Lane, right? This Chestnut Lane property, I was able to purchase this property for $78,000. We sold this property to an investor who was looking for a good deal in the area for $125,000 and made $47,000 off this deal without putting up one red penny. Actually, let me take that back. I put up $100 to pay the photographer and videographer to go out and take pictures, right? Same with the Alexander City, Alabama. Never been there, but wholesaling real estate and what I will teach you in virtually wholesaling real estate, you can actually do these type of deals from home. As long as you have your laptop, your cell phone, you can actually do the same type of deals that I'm speaking of here. And again, this is actually going to conclude the wholesale 101 class, where we give you an overview of the wholesaling business. I would like to open up the floor for questions and give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions that you may have had during the presentation.
I can't hear you. No.
Peace. That was excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So I'm gonna defer to the queen. I want her to ask some questions first.
First of all, I want to commend you for your presentation. I want to say that was great work. I definitely understand when you enjoy certain things, you want to present it in a great manner so other people can understand it. I appreciate you on that. That was really, really excellent. I'm about to ask you, can you do my presentation? Design something for me. But
I got you. I'll plug you in.
with that being said, you know what? I really don't have no questions right now. I just really, really enjoyed what you did. You broke everything down. You explained that you didn't have to put no money up for certain properties. I definitely appreciate you explaining because you're in Atlanta. So I thought you had to come, go to Jersey or you had to go somewhere else. And you said no. The only thing you had to do is just reach out to somebody and do the pictures. So that was good information right there. I do want to say, how do I join? But I guess that we're gonna wait for that, right? We're
Sure.
gonna wait for that. Okay.
Well, what I would like to offer you is my actual master class that I'm doing this weekend, right?
Okay.
And I'll offer it to anyone that's joining the podcast. I'll send you my link. But the master class, I deep dive into what I just went over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go through the entire process again, but we deep dive into it and we break it down. So I'm doing this from the first to the 1st of October through the 3rd. We're going to deep dive and we're going to give the master class where we actually give you more of the tools and we answer more questions. We open up we open it up even more so that you'll get a full understanding of the wholesaling business, what exactly you need and how, if you choose to get involved and utilize my team and partner up. Hence the PartnerUP program. We partner up with investors and actually help them get started in their wholesaling business.
That's good. Oh, I'm thinking now. So another one. Do you help people with the lingo? Like, you might have some people that might be like, yo, I got this property right here, son. Do you help them with the language? Like, let them know, oh, somebody just said how much is the classes? Okay. Do you help them like listen the way they speak, like telemarketing, something like that?
So when you're speaking to individuals, like we have a script, right?
Okay.
That we actually go over the cold calling script of how you actually speak to individuals and you want to build rapport. Now, again, when you're calling someone out of the blue, you want to be natural, but you also want to be professional. Because if you're calling someone out of the blue about their house, they're going to say, who the heck is this? So
Right.
one thing you want to do immediately within the first couple of seconds is build a rapport. You know,
Right.
you want to sound like you know this person. I'm like, hey, how's it going, Joe? This Hakeem. I'm calling about the property at 123 Jones Street. Is this your home? You know, you want to have that rapport. Now, if it's someone that I know on a personal level that I can pick up the phone and say, hey, yo, my man, what's going on with that property? It just depends on your scenario, you know. But in my coaching program, my team partners with you and actually helps you walk through doing your first couple of deals. So we actually work with you so that you get the hang of it until you're ready to fly on your own and do it yourself.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
address the question. The question on the screen is how much are the classes?
So my PartnerUP Wholesale masterclass this weekend, anyone that's joining the podcast could join for free. I'm going to give you the link so that they can actually tune in and join for free.
Beautiful.
Normally I'm charging $1,000 for my class.
Excellent. Excellent.
Wait, you said how much?
Here, $1,000 is normally $1,000.
Wow.
But if you're paying attention right now, you can get this class for free. And then he's gonna share the link, and you can log on to the link, and you get involved in this class. So I did want to go a little bit further into the developing rapport situation.
Sure.
Right? Because this is something that we do on a day-to-day basis. You know, my wife does what she does in the nonprofit world. I also work in the nonprofit world. But it's just like sometimes, like, people are not people, if that makes sense, right?
I understand.
You just don't, you don't know how to just get into the conversation, how to spark it. So I just want you to follow up with a little bit more on that, and I want you to talk about a little bit of what made you go this route.
Okay, so that's a great question, right? So in a scenario where people aren't the most just savvy when it comes to dealing with other people, right? That's where I would say you have to utilize your skills, right? So someone may be good at, so in this business, someone may be good at finding properties, but they're not good at talking to the people, you know? So you utilize your partner. Like, hey, this is the part, we're going to go driving for dollars this weekend. We're going to go put a list together of 20 houses. We're going to skip trace the owners. We're going to get their telephone numbers. And I'm going to pass this off to my partner. You make the phone calls. I'll go out and get the houses. You make the phone calls. If we get a deal, we break bread, you know, until you get enough of experience. Now, the more and more you're involved in the conversations and you see what's going on, you're going to tiptoe into the water, you know. You're going to understand the lingo, the type of flow that needs to be said. But until you're comfortable with doing so, I would pass it on to someone who's stronger at doing it, you know, because in this business, it's all about the rapport. So the moment you lose that rapport, you lose the opportunity to have a deal. So if you're not comfortable with doing it, pick up your strengths, pass over your weaknesses to someone who's better at it.
I love that. That's the SWOT that I'm working on for my shelter situation.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
somebody mentioned, you mentioned something, Mark McPhee, he said, you mentioned something about being able to show you had some more money to get started. Is it possible to do like you with absolutely no money?
So the answer to that question, is it possible to get started with no money? That's the question. Yes, you can get started in this business. So here's the answer, right? And we give it straight. This is real talk, right? In any business that you do, you want to invest some money, right? If you want to be successful at what you're doing, you're going to invest some money, you know, whether it be whatever it is. If you're doing a show, you're going to invest in mics, lighting, you know, internet access. It's certain things that you're going to need if you're going to be successful in a business. But in this business, you can get started with no money. This is how. Number one, driving for dollars. Number two, utilizing your network. Number three, family and friends. And let me break that down so you should have more of an understanding. Driving for dollars costs you nothing. There's an app that you can download called Home Snaps app. You can drive neighborhoods, right? You can actually look for properties that are vacant, abandoned, the mail is piling up, take a picture of that property, and on Home Snaps, it'll pull up all of the information on that particular property, all of the tax records. We can actually source the owner of that property, get their telephone number, and say, hey, Mr. Johnson, I noticed you have 123 Jones Street. You know, looks like nobody been here for a while. Would you consider a cash offer on this property? The moment he says yes, and you can negotiate an offer, he signs the contract. You just got to deal with no money down. Right? Number two, through your network or going to real estate meetups, you'll meet other individuals who are looking to sell properties, right? So you can actually meet individuals who have properties that are below market value. You just have to have a buyer in place to buy that property where you can make money in the middle. Number three, your family and friends. Family and friends is a great way for a lot of us to get into the business, because within our family and friends, you come across coworkers, other individuals who have properties. Like one of my right hand man, he actually had his cousin who inherited a property in New Jersey. Didn't know what to do with it. You know, it needed a bunch of repairs. It was a duplex. The grandmother owned it. Passed it on to the mother. They let it go. It's been sitting there. They want some money. Okay, let's talk a cash offer. You know, what's the condition of the property? And I'll make you a cash offer. As long as I'm buying this property or offering a cash offer below market value, where it's still attractive to another buyer, to an investor who's going to invest the money to fix it up and put it back out on the market or rent it out or whatever they're going to do. So the money is made in the wholesale business. The money is made on the front end when you negotiate that purchase price. So your goal is to get the purchase price below market value. If the property needs repair, you need to incorporate that repair estimate. So for example, if the property is worth $150,000, right? And say that property needs, say, $25,000 in repair. When I speak to the seller, I'm going to speak to that seller to make him a cash offer for maybe $75,000, $80,000, right? Because it needs $75,000. I mean, it needs $25,000 worth of work. So that puts me at $100,000. Now at $100,000, I could put $10,000 or $15,000 assignment fee and market that property for $115,000, and find an investor or a home buyer that's looking for a really good deal to buy that property for $115,000 and it's worth $150,000. So they still got equity in the property. It's still a viable deal. That's how wholesaling works.
So the question that I have is, I know from studying with my wife, she's studying for her MBA, right? And we read a lot of these books about business. And one of the major things that came up in her last semester was dealing with contracts. And I noticed in your presentation, you talked about having somebody sign a contract when you do the deal with them. So, you know, for those of us that don't have the MBA background or the business background or all the experience that you have, how could they make a contract with somebody with little to no cost?
How do they make a well, we provide the contract. You know,
you provide the contract yourself.
We'll give you the contract. You know, once you're a member of the PartnerUP family, our investor group, you got a bunch of tools and resources. So we provide you with the contract. Now, there's so many different ways to wheel and deal in the wholesale business. It's crazy. One of the questions you asked me earlier is what made me get into this business, this aspect of it. I've been in the real estate business for 20 years. So I've been in every avenue, every angle of real estate, right? The only avenue I haven't dived in heavily was commercial, but I specialize in working with investors, right? Over the years, I've done countless fix and flips. Now, the reason I like wholesaling versus fix and flips is because when you're doing fix and flip properties like you see on TV, HGTV, and Flip This House, they don't show you the true ins and outs of a real estate deal. When you're doing a fix and flip, one, you have to purchase the property. That requires you to go get funding, a hard money lender, right? They're going to require you to put 10% down plus, no matter what the price point of the property is. So if the price point of the property is $150,000 or $200,000, you're looking at out the gate putting down $15,000 to $20,000 out your pocket. There's no way around it. Then you're looking at your holding costs. You got a monthly note on that property. It's going to range from $1,500 to $2,000 a month while you're using their money. You're going to have to invest in contractors, permits, running back and forth to the store, dealing with issues, dealing with passing inspections. There's a bunch of different things that are out of your control when you're doing a fix and flip. So there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of liability that's involved. The reason that made me change lanes and solely focus on wholesaling, really for me, it's the freedom, right? I can do wholesaling from anywhere in the world. I could be on the beach, pull out my laptop, pull out my phone, and I can wheel and deal from there. There's little risk when you're doing wholesaling. There's little capital to invest up front. Now, I will be honest, where if you want to get to the level where you're doing, six figures deals, you're doing $100,000 a year, you're doing $500,000 a year, $1 million a year in straight wholesale fees, you're going to develop a team. You're going to have people on the phone. You're going to have a acquisitions manager. You're going to have websites going. You're going to have ads going. So that requires an investment when you want to get to that level. But if you want to be just on a smaller level and do one or two deals or close deals as you come across them, you can actually run a wholesale business, with minimal investment, just by working your family and friend network or driving for dollars and come across great opportunities and do deals with little to no money. But that's what I love most about wholesaling is the freedom and the less risk and the minimal cost to do this business, low cost to get into this business.
Wow.
We definitely love the freedom because
People
got a lot of restrictions on themselves right now. And if you want some freedom to be able to do what you want to do and do what you have to do, I think that this would be a good route to take. Do the research, take the class, and so forth and so on. Go ahead.
Right. Right now, because of the pandemic and the stuff that's going on, a lot of people actually, and we know right around here, it's just a lot of foreclosures, full sales. And we're like, whoa, what's going on? And that's probably a lot of people closing due to the fact that one, they living with family somewhere else and they want to give up the property here, or somebody passed. A lot of people been leaving because of the COVID situation. So it's different factors in that. And this is great to get into right now.
Let me touch on that, right? Because see, you go for you about to get me started, So
turn up.
So you touched on. So when COVID hit, right? COVID took everybody off guard because no one knew this pandemic was going to put us in the house, right?
Right.
So the pandemic slowed up everyone's business, including my own. So what happens in wholesaling? A lot of people weren't motivated to sell because they didn't have to. For a while, you had the rent moratorium, you had the foreclosure moratoriums where the banks couldn't foreclose, people couldn't get evicted. It was a standstill, right? But look at what's happening now, like you just mentioned. Evictions are back. What happens to a tenant who's been in a property for a whole year and didn't have to pay rent? Now they're getting evicted. Now the landlord is saying, you got to get out, right? This tenant is disgruntled now. I ain't have to pay all year. Now you putting me and my family out? I'm about to put holes in the wall. I'm going to tear this place up before I go. That puts the landlord in a position to say, do I want to invest the money in fixing this place up? Or do I want to talk to this guy who just called me last week and say, hey, I'll take a cash offer and go, right? That's a tired landlord. Now, then you have the individuals who are facing foreclosure or facing just life emergencies or situations to where they may need to sell and capitalize on the equity that they have in the property now. They may come across a family member or situations where there's a property that's available and they're looking to get their hands on some cash. And that gentleman who called and made them a cash offer is looking more and more enticing in these scenarios. So the climate that we're in now really is what I've been waiting for. This is prime. This is like the tsunami. I'm getting ready to ride the wave. I'm gearing up. We're ready for battle. I'm gearing up all of my cold callers, my team. we're about to gear up, and really we're right now. My target area has been the Metro Atlanta area in the Southeast, just because I have feelers. We still do deals in other states as they come along, but I'm ready to go across the entire East Coast and look for opportunities because they're out there. And when you're looking at
on the screen, we have a question on the screen.
Okay.
She said, "Is that why Zillow is buying up a lot of properties?"
Yeah, that's why Zillow is buying up a lot of properties. You know, Zillow is changing the game, and they've been doing this under the radar for the last several years. But Zillow is in the money game. You know, they're buying like when you look at Zillow, OfferPad, Redfin, Knock, all of these companies that offer you a cash offer for your property, they're doing exactly what we're doing, but they're doing it on a large corporate level. You know, they're buying property below market value. You know, they'll offer you a cash offer below market value, and then Zillow is turning around and put the property back on the market and making a profit. It's just corporate. Those are corporate wholesalers. They just got more money, more access.
So I was always taught, you know, you read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Of course.
He does a lot of presentation. And we was always taught that having a house is an asset. But according to him, it's like having a house is a liability.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on that?
It depends on what you do with the particular house, right? So now if you're buying a house just to live in, he'll consider it a liability. Now, if you're buying a duplex and you're living in one side and the other side is paying for the mortgage, then that's an asset. If you're buying a property like a multifamily, a 4-unit property, you live in one and you rent the other 3 units out. That is an asset. So it just depends on what you're doing with the property, determines whether it's an asset or a liability. Now, when you look at things now, and especially with the way our market is going now, our industries are going now, it's all about turning what would be a liability, turning it into an asset, like a car, like with Uber. Before, a car would be just a liability. Now with things like Uber, DoorDash, you know, all of that stuff, now it becomes an asset because now that same car is making you money. Right. So it just depends on how you look at or what you do with that particular property.
Excellent.
What's your thoughts on Airbnb?
My thoughts on Airbnb, I think Airbnb is great. It just depends again on what you're doing with it. Now I get so you ask some great questions. So I gotta give you the jewels. I gotta drop the jewels on you. You know what I mean? So here's the thing with Airbnb. For years, I know people have been winning with Airbnb. One of my good friends is the Airbnb queen, right? So in the past, it was all about buying properties, fixing the properties up so that you can put this property back on the market in Airbnb and make money, right? But let me give you a secret. The game is changing. It's all about control, right? You can control properties without owning the property and make money. Right? So now what people do is called rental arbitrage when it comes to Airbnb. You rent the property out, whether you do it in a corporate lease or you find a property that approves the sublease. So you rent the property out, you take control of that property. You don't even own it. You don't go buy a property no more. You rent this property out, right? Furnish the property, you put it on Airbnb, you start renting out and you make your money. It's called rental arbitrage. You don't have to put the down payment, go through the bank, do all of the investing. Why? When you could take control of the property by just leasing it out, right? You lease the property out. It's now in your name. It's now in your company name. As long as it's approved that you could sublet this property, now you have control of this property and you can put it on Airbnb and start making money. That's actually how I do my I have a property in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Same format, same formula. And that's what we're doing. We're doing international Airbnb rentals. What we're doing is sourcing properties where we're renting properties out, and we take it a step further. We want our property to be fully furnished because I don't want to have to invest a couple grand in furnishing this property. I'm renting this property from you fully furnished. and I'm going to turn around and put it on Airbnb and make my money, right? So what happens is you pay your lease and you make it where it's a price point where you can make a positive return in capital by renting it out Airbnb, and you make the difference.
Yes, husband, you hear that?
So there's several ways to do it. Even so, and let me touch on this whole control deal, right? So one of the things in my wholesale class I talk about is control. The contract that I use for my wholesale properties, my wholesale deals, we take control of properties, right? When that seller signs my wholesale contract, it gives me the ability to buy, sell, or assign a property. So if you ever see, like on my IG, on my Instagram, you see me in front of all of these houses, I'm posting these properties. I don't own any house, but I have control of it. And by signing that contract, you allow me to market this property, to find a buyer at my price. I can put it on Zillow. I can put it on listed with a broker, a real estate company. I can do whatever within my means to sell this property within my allotted time frame per my contract. So you give me control of this property. As long as you get your number that we agreed to on this contract, you give me the control, the ability to buy it, sell it, or assign it, and whatever I need to do to get this job done. And that's the beautiful thing about wholesaling. You can control properties without owning it.
So we got a question from
Wow.
Uncle Mark. Uncle Mark says, so Hakeem, when someone becomes your student and close on a property, do you act as a broker and we split the profit with you?
Of course.
yeah. Gotta be in it to get the bread. Of course,
Of course. It's a great
right,
question.
right.
So if you're my student and you join the PartnerUP program, I'm partnering up with you on your first couple of deals and walking you through the process all the way through, helping you get your business going. Having someone that you can call on, someone who experienced and knowledgeable to help guide you through your first couple of deals. Now, those first couple of deals, as we're partnered up in that PartnerUP program, we split the profits 50-50. Once you go through your first couple of deals and you're able to do it on your own, you're off and running. You know, I'm going to congratulate you and I'll still be available. But those first couple of deals, when you're leaning on me to get you going and get you to the money, that's the cost of doing business.
And how long you been doing this again? So everybody know.
20 years.
20 years. Wow.
We're not gonna hold you up. You know, we know you're a very busy man. We want to thank you for coming to Speak Your Mind podcast.
Definitely.
With the Ali's and sharing this information. So
yes.
Definitely want to know, where can people find you out? How can they get in contact with you? And how will you be sharing the link?
Sure. I want them to reach out to you as far as their interest in joining the class. I'll provide you guys with the link so you can send it out to everyone, right?
Okay.
But you can follow me on Instagram, Hakim Herring on Instagram, or the Herring Group on Instagram. That's the best place to find me, to get access to information. From there, you can actually join my Facebook PartnerUP group. So Instagram is the best place to find me and get more information. I give a bunch of tips on a weekly basis. So definitely reach out. I look forward to, meeting some new people, but Instagram
Absolutely. So I just want to know, will you be back on Speak Your Mind podcast with the Ali's again?
Oh yeah, whenever you need me, man. So whenever you need me, it's a part of, I want to give back. I want to share, and I appreciate the platform. I appreciate everything you two are doing. But yeah, just say the word, Joe is family. So whatever we need to do, let's make it happen.
Excellent.
That's peace.
Yeah, I think I gotta pull my brother up again too, so he can give the conversation.
Man, last time I was in Richmond and I sat with your brother, he had me for about 3 hours. but the information and the knowledge he's dropping is like next level. So you got to have him on for sure, again and again.
Excellent.
That is true.
Thank you, bro. Yo, you my bro. We family, and I'm definitely gonna reach out to you after this.
Okay.
Yo, man, prosperity and all that, man. Yeah, we're gonna get some nieces and nephews, man. What's going on?
I got you. We covered it. It's coming, man. It's long overdue. All right, all right, peace.
Wow.
So that was excellent right there. I hope everybody enjoyed it. What you think?
I'm on YouTube and Facebook going back and forth, and I see that, people are taking it all in. This is something different. And to see someone, our skin tone, you know, explaining the breakdown and actually been in it for 20 years, 20 years. And he gave us, first of all, I just love, oh, Daphne said she enjoyed it. So I definitely enjoyed the presentation. It was clear. It was straight to the point. It breaks everything down. I really, really enjoyed it. I cannot wait for us to get down to Atlanta and actually have a one-on-one, face-to-face, and build. That's what it's all about, building.
So I'd like to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. Salute to Uncle Mark. Salute to Monique Desire Sasso. Salute to Talisa Estevez. Salute to Dolphine Neal. Salute to my brother Charles Russell Clink Jr. Tea Time with Mrs. Ali. Yeah, tell them about Tea Time with Mrs. Ali before we go.
Oh, well, I do want to say salute to LaShawn. She was on YouTube, paying attention to that, and we definitely have people who did describe. So I just want everybody to know, please, please, please go on YouTube, subscribe, because sometimes we might not go on Facebook. We probably just ask everybody to go over there. We try to build up our platform. So Tea Time with Mrs. Ali is an upcoming YouTube channel for myself. I will be talking about around October domestic violence. I would definitely talk about the signs. I would talk about the 7 common warning signs of a toxic relationship, because a lot of us is looking for relationships, and if we don't see these warning signs in the beginning, then we're going to be in this toxic situation for years and years to go. So and then and then we wind up in something horrible. So, with that, I want to do that. I want to put that out there. Tea time with Mrs. Ali. Let's get some tea and share our experiences. That's what it's all about.
Right. So we want you right now, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to our channel, Speak Your Mind Podcast with the Alis on YouTube. Also like our business page on Facebook, I Am Phenomenal Unlimited LLC. And we actually stream live to our YouTube channel. We stream live to our business page, and we stream on my page because I have a lot of people, a lot of followers. So, we definitely want to get the information out to as many people as we can. So with that, we're gonna close, but I definitely want to finish with this this beautiful WAPW commercial. As my wife said, we're coming up on Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so we definitely want to get the word out there. And thank you again for tuning in.
in all walks of life, trying to get their life together, knowing that we don't need men to hurt us. We love ourselves first. You love yourself first, everything else will come after that. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this organization, WAPW.
And bunch of queens from WAPW that I can turn to anytime, day or night, and my queens have my back.
Every time I see that, I feel like I saw that somebody wanted to link with me. You can definitely link with me. You can email me at sgatewood, WAPW @gmail.com. You can definitely email me sgatewood, GATEWOOD, WAPW @gmail.com. However, I do want to put this out here. On Sunday, we are working on a domestic violence commercial. So if anyone who would like to be a part of that domestic violence commercial, I feel like we are getting left behind. I feel like nobody's listening to us. I feel like um we underneath people souls or underneath their sneakers. I feel like we underneath everybody, and everybody's always on top of us, ahead of us. And I do believe all these things that's been going on since the pandemic. It's more and more killings, more and more deaths of others, women who've gone through domestic violence. This is our time to rise and shine. And I want us to, I would love for you to be a part of the domestic violence commercial. You do not have to show your face. You can have a poster or whatever message. You can be blurred out, or you could just come and represent with a purple shirt. If you would love to be a part of that, that information also is sgatewood, WAPW @gmail.com, and put DV commercial in the subject line. And listen, men or women, because guess what? Men and women are going through domestic violence. So if there's a man who want to be a part of it, please do so. This is our time to rise. But I want to put together domestic violence commercial. And with that, I say peace.
Peace. Subscribe to our channel. We out.
Hey guys, Naja Howard here, president of Young Men Strong and publisher of books, magazines for men and women. I'm asking you guys to please join Speak Your Mind podcast with the Ali's every Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock. Peace.